The Young and the Restless. Spoilers! Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today is a beautiful day, but things in Genoa City are anything but peaceful right now. Grab a snack and a drink, because we have a massive episode to break down today. The drama is off the charts, and we need to get right into it. I cannot breathe. I'm literally typing this at 2 in the morning because I am so worked up over what just happened between Sally, Billy, and Jill. Like, my hands are actually shaking as I hit the keys. I am so furious, so heartbroken, and honestly, so incredibly proud of Sally Spectra right now. If you haven't watched the latest episode yet, what are you doing? Go watch it, then come back, because we need to scream about this together. I mean, I have been watching this show since 2015, and I have seen some truly toxic family dynamics. But this takes the absolute cake, because let's just put it all out on the table right now. Jill Abbott is a monster. Sorry, I know some people are loving this classic Jill snark, and I know she is a legacy character, but personally, I am disgusted. The second she stepped her designer shoes back into Genoa City, you just knew she was going to make Sally's life a living hell. And she did. She zeroed in on this poor, pregnant, exhausted woman and decided to just destroy her mentally. Wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's backtrack to how this entire mess started. Sally and Billy have been under an insane amount of pressure with work, building a new company, dealing with the corporate backstabbing, trying to figure out their place in the Chancellor Winters orbit. And on top of all of that, Sally is pregnant. We all know her history. We all know the devastating trauma she carries from losing baby Ava. She is terrified, she is vulnerable, and she just needs a supportive partner. But what does she get? She gets Billy Abbott, the eternal man-child, and his overbearing, controlling mother, who won't stop nitpicking every single thing Sally does. So the tension has been building for weeks. Every time Jill is in the room, she's throwing these passive-aggressive darts at Sally, questioning her business acumen, questioning her past, and worst of all, questioning the paternity of the baby. I mean, how dare she? Sally has been nothing but loyal to Billy since they got back together, and Jill treats her like some street trash looking for a meal ticket. And Billy? Oh, don't even get me started on Billy. Actually, no, I am going to get started on Billy, because for half of this episode, he just stood there. He let his mother continuously disrespect the woman he supposedly loves, the woman carrying his child. It is so infuriating to watch a grown man in his 50s just cower when his mommy raises her voice. Remember when they tried this dynamic with Victoria or with Chelsea? Yeah, didn't work then either. Jill has ruined literally every relationship Billy has ever had, because no woman is ever good enough for her precious, deeply flawed son. And then the explosion happened. The fight to end all fights. I was sitting on the edge of my couch, literally screaming at the screen. The work pressure finally boiled over. Jill made one too many snide comments about Sally's intentions, and Sally just snapped. And it was glorious. It was painful, yes, but it was so necessary. Sally looked Billy dead in the eye and said the words I have been waiting for her to say for months. She told him that they were done. She said, right to his face, that there is going to be no wedding. Yes, yes, Sally. I actually cheered in my living room. I know some of you are Billy and Sally shippers, and I respect that. But am I the only one who thinks he drags her down? Sally is a powerhouse. She came from nothing. She built herself up in L.A. She survived the fashion industry. She survived the Newmans, and she does not need to put up with this Abbott elitism. When she said they were done, you could see the exact moment Billy's heart dropped into his stomach. the color completely drained from his face. But she didn't stop there. Oh no, our girl went for the ultimate mic drop. She announced she is packing her bags, moving back to Los Angeles, and raising this baby completely on her own. And honestly, I am totally here for it. Fans who watched her before Genoa City know Sally has a whole history in LA. She has roots there. She has a legacy there with the Spectra name. And most importantly, Jill Abbott is not in LA. Because think about the psychology here for a second. Sally lost Ava. That loss broke her into a million pieces. She blamed herself. She grieved in the darkest ways. And she is fiercely, fiercely protective of this new pregnancy. The stress Jill is putting on her is literally dangerous for the baby. Sally realizes in that moment that staying in Genoa City, marrying into this toxic family, means a lifetime of Jill breathing down her neck, judging her parenting, and making her feel small. Moving to LA isn't just running away. It is a primal, maternal instinct to protect her unborn child from a toxic environment. And of course, the second she says she's leaving, Billy goes into full panic mode. It is so pathetic. I kind of felt bad for him, but mostly I just rolled my eyes. He chases after her. He starts begging. He is literally pleading with her. Please don't do this. We can fix it. I love you. Like, now you speak up. Now you find your spine. Where was this energy when your mother was calling your fiancé a gold digger 5 minutes ago? Billy is so incredibly reactive. He never, ever proactively protects his partners. He waits until they are literally walking out the door with their bags packed, and then he turns on the charm and the tears. It is a classic Billy Abbott manipulation tactic. He thinks his charm and his apologies can erase the profound disrespect he just allowed to happen in his own home. But Sally's eyes were just cold. You could see she was completely checked out. The trust is gone, and once Sally Spectra loses trust in you, there is no getting it back. And then, as if the scene couldn't get any more chaotic, Jill chimes in again, because Jill literally does not know how to shut her mouth. While her son is having a complete breakdown, begging the mother of his child not to leave, Jill starts screaming at Sally again. She calls Sally all sorts of names, and then turns to Billy and tells him he is stupid for begging. She actually said that. She told her own son that it is stupid to beg, that they don't need to do this, and that he should just let her go. I was seeing red. I was literally seeing red. Who says that? Your son is facing the prospect of losing his child, a child he desperately wants, especially after losing Delia years ago, and you are telling him to just let her walk away because you don't like her outfit and her zip code. Jill's classism and arrogance are just off the charts. She views Sally not as a human being, not as a mother, but as a pest that needs to be exterminated from the Abbott family tree. Am I the only one who remembers when Jill used to be the underdog? Remember when Catherine Chancellor used to look down on her, call her trash, and treat her like she was nothing but a gold digger? Jill spent decades fighting for respect, fighting to prove she belonged in high society. And now she is doing the exact same thing to Sally. She has become the very monster she used to hate. The hypocrisy is just staggering, and I wish someone would point that out to her face. But then, Billy finally snaps. He turns on Jill, his face red with rage, and just unleashes on her. He tells her she talks too much, that she ruins everything, and that she needs to shut up. It was a long time coming. I mean, decades in the making. Seeing Billy actually yell at his mother and blame her for driving his family apart was a massive moment. But honestly, it was too little, too late. Okay, back to the point. Billy yelling at Jill doesn't magically fix what he let happen to Sally. It doesn't erase the fact that Sally had to reach her absolute breaking point for him to finally defend her. Sally is standing there watching this toxic mother-son duo scream at each other, and you can just see the realization washing over her. This is what her life will be if she stays. This screaming match is her future. She is choosing peace. She is choosing her baby. So what's going to happen now? I am dreading it, you guys. I am seriously dreading it. Because we know from the spoilers in the timeline that Sally runs out into the pouring rain. We know she gets into her car, completely blinded by tears and rage and heartbreak. And we know a crash is coming. The fact that this massive, heartbreaking fight is the catalyst for her accident makes it 1,000,000 times worse. Jill pushed her out the door. Billy failed to protect her, and now tragedy is going to strike. I can't help but think about Adam in all of this. I know. I'm going off on a tangent, but hear me out. Adam would never let anyone speak to Sally the way Billy let Jill speak to her. Say what you want about Adam Newman, but when he loves a woman, he will burn the world down to protect her. Billy just stands there looking like a confused golden retriever while his mother shreds his fiancée to pieces. The contrast is just glaring. If Adam knew what Jill was saying to Sally right now, he would have Chancellor Winters dismantled by morning just to teach her a lesson. I am just so emotionally invested in Sally Spectra. The writers have put this girl through the absolute ringer since she crossed over from B&B. She has lost her company. She has lost her baby. She has had her heart broken repeatedly. Can they just let her be happy? Can they just let her have a healthy pregnancy and a supportive partner? Apparently not, because drama sells, and watching a pregnant woman get verbally abused by her future mother-in-law until she flees into a rainstorm is what the writers think we want to see. I know some people are probably on Jill's side, arguing that Sally is a schemer and Billy deserves better. If you think that we are watching two completely different shows, Sally has grown so much. She is trying to build a legitimate life. Jill is the one stuck in the past, acting like she's the queen of Genoa City when she's really just a bitter, lonely woman who can't stand to see her son happy with someone she can't control. Jill doesn't want Billy to be happy. She wants Billy to be compliant. In conclusion, I am a total wreck. This episode was a masterpiece of acting. Courtney Hope deserves an Emmy for the way her voice cracked when she said she was going to L.A., and Jason Thompson played the pathetic, panicking Billy perfectly. Jess Walton is always a legend, even when I hate Jill's guts. But I am so mad at the story. I am so scared for Sally's drive in the rain. Please, please, let her and the baby be okay, even though I know the spoilers say otherwise. I just need to vent because this show is ruining my life in the best and worst ways possible. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments, because I know I'm not the only one losing my mind over this.